This is not a test. What you are witnessing is live radio 106.5 FM. And this is the Indieevo radio show with your host, Mitch Barnes, Kel G, Reek, and I am DJ KDL. Let's get into it.
Hi, this is Sonya, Lindsey, author, Penetration for the Mind.
Yeah. And we got my co-host, Reek Havoc. Say hello to the people, Reek. Hola. He's in that mood today. We're going to try to get as much as we can out of him.
Probably recovering from Cinco de Mayo yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Jumping off of cliffs. He wasn't jumping off of cliffs in Jamaica. He was jumping off of cliffs in Puerto Rico this weekend. So that's what he do.
Them tacos will do it to you.
Oh, my God.
Somebody bring some extra toilet paper in here.
Nah, we got 2 barrels in here. You good. Don't worry about it.
I might have to use both.
So, Sonya.
Yes.
Give the people all your social information and stuff like that so they can log on and so y'all can get a feel for it as we go along with this interview.
All right. Well, I am on Facebook under author Sonya Lindsey. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at Sones, which is SONES 310. And you can follow me on Snapchat at Sonya310.
Y'all got that? Did you give me your website?
You can just go directly to my Facebook page and connect me through there.
Pull the mic back. Get comfortable.
Too far?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's up to you. You
Okay.
gotta get comfortable. Get comfortable. Cause the mic stretches. You comfortable, sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how we gonna do something. We gonna do something different this time because we had a lot of authors up here. I'm an author. I guess my co-hosts they some form of writers and stuff. So we're gonna do something that we never did before. We're gonna let Sonya read her synopsis of her book. You wanna do that, Sonya?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
All right. So in Penetration for the Mind, you will enjoy the exciting stories of love, lust, and passion. Explore the lives of exhibitionist women and men and how one hello can turn into a night of passion. Let the stories penetrate your imagination with each page. These stories will have you wanting more, from the married couple trying to spice up their relationship to the single women and men looking for love but finding lust. Each story gets steamier than the last, so get comfortable and enjoy the tales of spontaneous, exciting, and passionate sexual adventures. These stories are great for reading alone or enjoying them with your lover. Author Sonya Lindsey does a great job with giving a balance of telling a story and including steamy sex scenes to keep the reader intrigued for more. Sometimes sex can be dangerous, so you never know how the story may end. Penetration for the Mind is the first volume of the author's series of short stories.
Hold up. Hello?
Yeah.
You here?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Your ears messed up now?
You write triple X books? Let's see what's going on. What kind of books is you write?
Surprise!
He awoke now, right?
And where do you get the inspiration and material from to write these books?
Yo, he going far in it already.
Let's get into it.
Yeah! He missed that meeting. He missed that meeting right there.
And don't forget the 8x10s.
Yeah. So what we gonna do so we can bring my brother up to speed, we gonna get into this song and we gonna come right back to y'all with Sonya. Yeah.
Indieevo radio every Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m. live on 106.5 WPPM LP Philadelphia.
Yeah. We right back at it. We got the author, Sonya Lindsey.
Hello.
That's correct, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. We threw my co-host for a loop real quick.
Yeah,
Now-
give me a gag order.
Yeah, now we had to bring you up to speed and everything good now. So we're gonna get right to this interview with her. Oh, you read the synopsis. So we want to know, let the audience know where you grew up at.
I grew up in Chester, PA, not too far from Philly, for those that's not from this area listening online. My father was in the Army, and I was born actually in Washington State.
Wow.
And lived in Georgia until about 5, and then I moved to Chester and been there
And let me tell you something about Chester, right? It's like Philly, so she's actually from Chester, PA, Philadelphia. He be wild out there, but it's all good though. So can you get the audience a little bit about your educational background?
Sure. Well, I went away to college out in.
What college was it?
I went to Waynesburg College, is near Pittsburgh.
Okay.
For 45 minutes from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So I went there for my bachelor's degree. I have a bachelor's degree in mathematics.
And that money. Well, go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
After I graduated, I came back home. And I enrolled in a master's program. I got my master's degree from Strayer University while I worked full time. I have a master's degree in business management.
Hold up, don't none of those got to do with right.
Yeah, let her finish, because that's going to bring up my next point. Let her finish so we...
Not at all.
Let her finish so we can get to this next point real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I got my master's degree, and so I have a day job outside of writing.
Okay.
But writing is a passion of mine, yes.
Okay, so with that said, we wanted to ask you, with that type of background, what made you get into writing then?
Well, writing again, I've been writing, I want to say, since I was younger. I've written poems, I had a journal when I was younger, so
Okay.
it was just something that was always a part of me. Now, when I started writing actual fictional stories,
Okay.
was about 2012,
Oh.
and I was going through some stuff in my life.
Okay.
It was kind of an outlet. I was going through a separation, divorce from my ex.
Okay.
And
Allegedly, it's like, only joke.
and I
You be
used it as
calling
an
up here like,
outlet.
Go
And I
ahead.
used it as an outlet. Just, I don't know, the stories kind of came to mind.
I understand, because me being an author, I know that my first book is nothing but therapy. So sometimes it'd be like so much cursing and hate and all this. And at first I was like, nah, I gotta change this stuff up. I'm getting older. Then I thought about it like, no, that's therapy. You gotta keep that stuff there. Don't edit it out, nothing. That once you write it and get it over with, you can move on to the next thing. But I had wanted to ask you, so you gave us a little bit about the journal already, but when was the first time ever you wrote something and you were like, you know what, I could become a writer. I could do this. Like, how old was you and where was you at? Like, and what was it?
I would say, when I think about it over the years, the first time I wrote something that I felt was worth reading by others,
Right.
it was a story that's included in my book. Should I say the title?
I don't know.
Yeah,
You got a sense of
You
the
can say,
title?
as long as you don't curse me, you can
It's
say it.
no curse
Go ahead,
word or
say it then.
anything. So the title was called, the title is called I Just Want to Kiss the Tip. So,
No, that ain't
cool.
too bad.
so I wrote it and I had to read it over to myself like, did I just write this? This sounds crazy.
Right.
What
Now,
year
how,
did you write
yeah,
that?
how old was
Well, I wrote it in 2012. So,
Oh, that was
yeah.
the first thing you wrote
I
in
got you.
2012.
That was the first story that I felt. The first thing I felt was like, yeah,
Now, you said that you was coming off of a divorce and a breakup.
Yeah.
And the first thing that you wrote. Now, how did you get, I like to see people's train of thought.
timeline, right? You
Train
get
of thought.
yeah.
Yeah.
What you was like in a sunken place in your life and you was talking about that?
Well, it was kind of a fantasy. So because I was going through such issues and relationships, I was fantasizing about if things were better, what I wanted things to.
Really be like.
Yes.
Exactly.
So, that story was kind of a inspiration for that. And then I just went on to write different stories after that.
Now, was that like a love letter? Did you send him the story?
No, I
after you
didn't.
wrote it? Okay.
That wasn't a story about him, but
Was that a story or was it a short story?
it was a short story.
Okay.
Yes. it
So
was a short
what's the name of your first novel?
The first novel is Penetration for the Mind.
Okay. And when did you write that?
I completed that in 2014
Okay.
and published it 2015 December.
Right. And how long did it take you to write that?
I want to say over about 2 years
Okay.
to get the whole
Average, yeah.
thing together.
Okay.
So you self-publish?
Yes, I
She got a master's degree in mathematics. You gonna ask her if she's like,
I don't know.
oh, you joking?
Now, what type of obstacles do you feel like you had to go through publishing your first book?
well, actually, I didn't start as self-publishing. I had first someone reached out through Facebook, and it was this publisher in Ohio, and he actually, offered an opportunity to help me publish my book. So I published the book through him in December, but then in February of 2016, we went our separate ways, and I republished the book myself, self-publishing. But he did tell me, gave me some good information on how to publish the book myself, and what avenues and what ways I could publish it. So, but to answer your question, it's a lot of, it's really hard to market yourself at times, because trying to build up a following, reach out to people, getting people's support is sometimes challenging.
Yeah.
So what made y'all go y'all separate ways?
Well, he wanted to focus more on his own projects,
Okay.
and I'm a go-getter, and I can't wait
You don't
around
feel like
for
you
somebody
know
else.
backbone.
Yeah,
I know a heck of a way that you can market these books. You got to have visuals to go with the book.
She
Yeah,
got visuals.
You got visuals?
Oh my goodness. Let's get it. All right, let's get into that then.
Okay.
Let's get into that. I should have brought him up to speed with that break.
Like Zane TV
I'm about
shows?
to put on
Not
another
yet.
music. So for it, it's like I'm only joking. Listen, so
Yes.
she showed. Can you tell me a little bit about like your modeling that you've been doing? That's the reason that me and
Yeah.
your friends now.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yo, pull out your
It's getting deep. It's
pull out
getting deep,
your
man.
phone, man.
You ain't follow her to go for the book.
No, that's what she just asked me. She just
She
asked
wasn't
me.
going for the book. She was going for the
No,
looks.
what? I was going for the look. Listen, she just asked me.
That's how you did that. Is that how you getting all I guess?
Yeah.
Getting tricked by the looks. And then you
Go for the
see something else. I can see. I guess
So
the
listen.
marketing is working.
So
Huh?
listen, yeah.
No, you gotta do it.
Yo, you pull up. Can you give me your social media information so he got to understand where this interview going at?
Check out the social media. I'm just asking questions for
Okay,
the fans
okay.
that wouldn't know what's
Listen,
going on.
she asked me like, why did I reach out to her? First of all, I told her, I'm an author and everything, but she's been my friend for like at least maybe going on a year of that. But I friend her because she don't have average pictures. She have like modeling pictures.
So
Can
you
you tell?
friend her because you a creep.
Yeah, whatever you want to say. Can you tell? I don't listen.
Yes.
All my friends, I don't be friendly. Don't. No, we get into that later. I'll let you see my Instagram page. But can you tell them what's behind all those like very well professional taken pictures that's on your brand and stuff?
Oh yes. Well, I do some plus size modeling. I actually been modeling since I was in college. We had fashion shows when I was in school. From my freshman year to my senior year, I modeled in the shows. My senior year, I produced the show. So I always had a love for modeling. So about 2011,
Right.
I have a friend, he does photography, and he asked me to come do some modeling for him. So that's kind of how it started.
Right.
And from there, he had a photographer friend asked if I wanted to model for him. And then with social media, a lot of photographers reach out to me, say, can you come model for me? Get
I
some free
understand.
pictures,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Okay.
And then
Did you hear what that
I've done
line
some
was?
No, I
shows.
did.
I've done some shows in Philadelphia.
Let it talk.
So I did a fashion show last year in Philadelphia. And ever since then, I kind of just been doing little things in Philadelphia with different photographers and a couple fashion shows, some designers. So yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this question real quick. Now listen, you go from friending someone because they have some very professional pictures. Listen. She has some very professional pictures, right? Then all of a sudden you feel, then you see, you start, you friending her, y'all been friends for a while. Then all of a sudden you see she author. You're like, okay, she author. She got nice pictures. She author. Then you get a bio and she educated.
But did you,
Yeah, listen.
not poke her on Facebook?
No, I didn't. Let me finish. And then after that, you know how when they go live, that ruins the whole fantasy. She went live. She was cool. All right, well, I gotta get her a car.
I look like me when I went live.
Yeah, you look like you.
Okay,
You sounded very intelligent. Wasn't no distortion, like how I be having fantasy.
Yeah, she humanized your fantasy.
Yeah.
She was like, hold up.
Well,
Talk good. And she
now
just
listen,
say-
let's get into that. You ain't never have a friend on Facebook and they went live and you're like, oh my God.
Nope.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I forgot he can't say that kind of stuff right now.
Nope.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry about that.
She got pictures up here, though.
Let me see.
Nope.
Yeah, I already seen him. You're late in the game. All right, let's get back to the interview, man, because we this is a conversation me and you need to have off. No, I'm telling you, this guy here.
Hey, the air on 63 and you still sweating, man.
Yeah, you need to turn it down a couple more notches. So
Where you lose
can
yourself
you tell the people a little bit? Art, is your novel Penetration of the Mind? Is it short stories or is it straight through like story one, like a novel?
Well, penetration for the mind.
Okay.
People usually get it, they say penetration of the mind, it's penetration for the
For
mind.
the mind. Okay.
Yes. So the book is short stories, so it's 9 different stories. Each story has different characters and different plot lines.
Wow.
So you can read a story today, put it down, and then next week read another story. So it's not a continuation. So you can take time to read it, or you can read it through one setting. So
Right. So it's 9 different stories.
yes.
So just average, how many characters in the whole story?
Each story, well, most of the stories have about 2 or 3 characters.
Okay.
A couple of stories have a little bit more. I didn't bring a whole lot of characters in each story since
Right.
they are short stories. I
Okay.
kind of like to get to the point.
Right.
But a couple of the stories do have about 3 because there's some cheating in some of the stories.
Okay.
So
So was it hard to make 9 stories with just say a lot of characters, and you gotta actually go into the mind and like, like make them different, and like, was it hard? And how long did that take to do that?
for some reason,
You didn't have any help with these short stories at all?
I didn't have no help. No,
Wow.
no help.
Okay.
A lot of the stories, well, all of the stories are fictional. But some of the situations that happen in the story are from personal experiences or from friends,
Right. Okay.
people that I know. So I may know somebody that has happened to.
Right.
So I was like, I can use that situation. Let me just change a lot of stuff around. And then other things, I just thought about it. I have a story which is from a man's point of view.
Okay.
It's called That Feeling. So the man is actually telling the story, and
Wow,
was
that hard?
that wasn't hard. Men, it's not that hard to think like a man. I think.
I'm trying to figure out how did you know how a man think.
Yeah, we trying
Well, I've
pillow
dated
talking to her,
men.
and they've been pillow talking to her.
I have men friends. I dated
Now,
enough men.
Now, did anybody ever come to you like, yo, you talking about me?
I did have someone think I was talking about them, but I
wasn't?
wasn't.
Okay.
I really wasn't. I was like, no, that wasn't about you.
Okay, so we touched a little bit about your people that inspired you. No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
We talked about her inspirations. We got you to start writing. So, can you give the listeners a couple of authors that inspired you,
Or actors,
or anybody in the entertainment business?
Mr.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Yo, he's woke.
No. One of my favorite authors is Zane.
Okay.
She does, some great books. I've been reading her since I was about 18. Actually, I just did a writing class with her online.
Okay.
So I've learned, actually, it was a 4-week writing class, and just within that writing class, I learned so much with helping me develop my characters for my next book and things like that. So she's one of my favorites. Eric Jerome Dickey, Omar Tyree, Terry McMillan. Those are, some of my top favorites. Actors and actresses is just so many to just narrow down.
So yeah, at least you ain't say the regular ones they always say. So what's next for you as far as books is concerned?
Yes, my next book, Mind Games, is coming out shortly.
Okay.
I'm just finishing up some of the stories. I have majority of the book done. It's just a few stories I'm finishing up. I just don't want to put anything down on paper, so it's taking me a little longer than what I wanted. I had planned to have it out in March, but taking me a little bit longer.
Hold on, you say you do not want to put it down on paper?
I don't want to just put anything
Down, yeah. Like rush it.
No. Yeah,
Gotta be-
exactly. Yeah, I wanted to,
So that's your process. You don't like to just,
yeah.
you don't like to write anything and then
Yeah.
edit it out later. You want all your complete thoughts of what you think the finished product should be. You wanna, that's what you wanna lay down.
That's how I write.
So do you have a specific process that you follow when you're writing?
Like you got to be like in a certain zone or mood or something like that.
Or place?
A certain mood, yes.
Oh, we know what mood you
That helps. Place, I can write anywhere. Sometimes I write outside.
Just don't do
Now-
it.
Bedroom.
With what?
If I'm on location somewhere, I'm using pen and pad.
Okay.
When I'm home, my laptop.
Okay.
Yeah,
Versatile with the writing.
yeah.
That's decent.
My first book, Penetration for the Mind, actually, I wrote that, I wrote different stories at the time. When I first started, I was working in Philadelphia, so I was taking public transportation.
Okay.
So I was riding on the bus, like,
So
on my way to work.
with penetration of the mind, what do you want your readers to walk away with?
Well, with the book, I want people to, one, think outside the box, get outside of their comfortability and think about maybe trying new things in their own personal relationship,
Okay.
sexually, or when they're reading some of the books, say, I'm not going to do that because I
Right.
don't want that to happen to me.
Okay.
So it's some happy endings and some not so happy endings in the story. So,
Gotcha.
you know, I want people to kind of get inspired, but also kind of think of, oh, that's a warning, I shouldn't do that.
So we're gonna get into this song and come right back with the author, Sonya Lindsey.
Indieevo Radio every Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m. live on 106.5 WPPM LP Philadelphia.
So yeah, welcome back to Indieevo Radio live on WPPM LP Philadelphia, 106.5 FM. You can also tune in online at phillycam.org/radio/listen. And then where they can find that last spot at, Kel?
Also, the TuneIn Radio app. Just go download the TuneIn Radio app and do a search for Philly Cam, and you'll find us right there.
Right. We right back with the author of Penetration for the Mind, Sonya Lindsey. Sonya, I got a question for you. Outside of writing novels, what do you plan on doing next, or you would like to do?
Well, I would like to write a script for either a play or a movie.
Okay.
A play.
Yes.
You Whoa.
We can work some stuff out with some stories in my book.
Start rehabbing. Yeah. He was quick to the draw. I'm trying to get him with that joke. I was like,
He already in here doing push-ups trying to get in the play.
Play, movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna start that
He
joke.
said he want to audition first.
Private audition. Okay.
Yes. I did a writing class online with Zane, the author, and she gave me some great inspiration, some different examples of how to put a play together, how to write it. So I definitely would like to go that avenue as well.
Okay. And, one more time, give everybody if they wanted to find out more about everything that you're doing, can you give them the information in all outlets slowly so they can hear it and understand?
Got you.
Go ahead.
So you can go to my Facebook page. It's author Sonya, Sony, Lindsey, Lindsay. Or you can go to my Instagram and my Twitter, which is both SONES310. Or you can follow me on Snapchat. It's Sonya310.
Okay.
All right. Again, thank you for coming out. Sonya Lindsey, author of Penetration for the Mind. Peace.
Yeah.
This is not a test. What you are witnessing is live radio 106.5 FM. And this is the Indieevo Radio Show with your host, Mitch Barnes, Kel G, Freak, and I.